welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful afternoon. Today's video is going to be a first impressions review and swatches of this bad boy right here. This guy is something that I wanted to talk about a week and a half to 2 weeks ago, but life has of course gotten crazy. So this is the Give Me More palette from Colourpop. I was not able to get my hands on the eyeshadow palette. I'm hoping that it will come back in stock one more time. It has been restocked only once, and the restock was pushed back once as well because of the high demand and the fact that it took me 3 weeks to get this. I was very irritated. Anyways, it did take me 3 weeks to get this in the mail, and obviously they are in high demand, so it will take them longer to get it shipped to you than it normally would if you were just doing a regular order, not during a promotion. They are coming out with another eyeshadow palette and face palette coming on Thursday, so tomorrow, and I believe that's at 10 a.m. so hopefully I'll have this up today. I'm hoping this is Wednesday, so I'm really hoping I have this up today. But we are going to be talking about this bad boy right here and comparing it to a couple other palettes that I have in my collection and kind of giving you the rundown on the quality and if it's worth the price. Obviously this retails for I believe between 16 and 18. I will have it on the screen here if it is something different, but I will be talking about this, showing you swatches and comparing them side by side with some other palettes. So if you'd like to know my thoughts on this, just keep on watching. So let's start off by talking about the packaging. Of course, it's absolutely gorgeous. They have the hard cardboard packaging. It is very similar to a lot of the other highlighting palettes that are out there. It's really nice. It's got a good sturdy cover, and of course it is white, which is a really good and a bad thing. It's really aesthetically pleasing, but at the same time it does get dirty very quickly. All the information is on the back. All the pertinent information that you need is on the back, if you can see it there. It gives you all the names of the highlighters as well as a cruelty-free logo, and it does have the gram breakdown, and these are all pressed highlighters. They are not cream based, but they are pressed. If we are to open it up, it does look like this inside. You do get a nice variety of colors. Considering the size of the actual palette, you do get quite a bit of product. It does break down to 21.6 grams total, and that would be with all the pans divided by 6 is 3.6 grams each. So you are getting quite a bit of product. They are smaller than some of the other palettes I'll be showing you today, but travel-wise, this is really nice. It is condensed and it's easy for travel. A lot of people have been talking about the comparisons with this one as well as the one I'm going to show you next, which is the ABH Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit. Size-wise, they are considerably different, as well as the grams that you're getting in each individual pan. If you do the math, together they equal 27.6 grams, and broken down into each individual pan, that is 4.5 grams of product. So as you can see here, there is a lot of similarities. They do have that orange tone in this palette, as well as they do have that pink, these two pinks right here, the whites here and here, and then the oranges, as you can see right here. They do have a lot of similarities. The shade itself is a little different in the pan. They swatch out and blend out to be almost identical, so they are very, very close. As well as the Yes Please palette that they just put out in conjunction with this one. It does look very similar to the Natasha Denona palette. If you have not already seen that video that I posted, I will go ahead and put it up in the cards above. It is very similar. They have almost identical themes and the colors are very similar. Obviously this does happen in the makeup industry. You can't really come out with something brand new without it being compared to something else, just for the pure fact there are only so many colors that some company can use that would not look like something else that another company used. Let me go ahead and show you comparison swatches side by side with both of these palettes, and then we'll come back and talk about another palette as well as some texture differences and some formulation differences. seen these guys side by side, let's talk about the texture of each of them. The Nicole Guerrero is very nice, and when it did come out, it was well hyped on YouTube as well as all over the internet. The texture of these are really smooth, have quite a bit of pigmentation. They are really nice and they do sheer out to a really beautiful color. The only thing is that they are a tad bit more chunky than the traditional glow kits. It's a newer formula, I believe is what they were saying, as well as some of the other glow kits that have come out after this one are that formula as well. So they do have a little bit more glitter in them. So if you're not really into glitter but you want to shine, that probably is not going to be the best bet for you. Unlike the Colourpop palette. The Colourpop palette, I find it to be very dusty. I find that it is kind of softly pressed. Obviously they are pressed powders, but they are softly pressed. It's not hard to get pigmentation from them at all. I don't find them to be as glittery. I find them to be a little bit more on the glowy side than the glittery side, but they do kick up like crazy. So take that into account when you are purchasing this guy. Obviously this guy retails for $16, this is $40, so there is a considerable difference in price, but with that being said, you are saving quite a bit of money, so a little kick up doesn't bother me so much. It does kind of get everywhere. I'm just saying with this, when I do put my brush into or dip into one of the pans, the highlighter gets everywhere and I do end up having to blow off the excess so that it keeps it nice and not crazy glittery all over the palette. The only other palette I've come across that reminds me of these two palettes that is, again, a more affordable brand, but I tend to like this formulation better, which is crazy to me to think that I'm actually going to say this out loud, but I really actually like this formulation over the other two, hands down, and I usually reach for this one anyway. What I'm talking about is the BH Cosmetics Spotlight Highlight Palette, and again, it is the same kind of setup as the other two, meaning that they do have 6 pans in here. It does have that cardboard outside packaging, and it also has a mirror. So with that being said, I actually prefer this guy because it does have a mirror and it's gigantic, as well as amazing product inside, as you can see here. It does remind me of those palettes. It does have more of that orange tone, the warm tan colors, the really stark white, and then the pinks. So obviously it is interesting to me because this one is $17 and you're getting more product in this one than you are from the Nicole Guerrero as well as the Colourpop. So keep that in mind as well. You are actually getting on this one, let's see here, 33 grams of product. That breaks down to, let's see here. So 33 divided by 6 is 5.5 in each individual pan. You're getting 4.6 with this one and 3.6 with this guy. So honestly, a better deal is definitely going with the BH Cosmetics one. They actually outdid themselves with this guy as well. I find that these ones don't have as much kick up. They are glittery, but they're finely milled glittery, so that gives you more of a glow than anything else. It's not gonna make it look like you have glitter on your face like some of them. This one actually does have a much better texture, and I love the fact that it comes with a mirror because the other two don't, and you're going to be spending, obviously if you're looking for travel size, this guy is going to be your best bet, but for me, I always grab for this guy because I know he's going to work really well. It's going to give you a gorgeous glow on your skin, and I don't see texture when I use this. So obviously for performance, this is my number 1, Anastasia number 2, Colourpop number 3. Texture, same thing. I find that this is definitely going to be my go-to for texture of the product, and it kind of goes descending order. And I do find that these colors obviously are a little bit less vibrant in the orange here and some of the tan colors over here. If you're looking for a good pop of color for your highlighter, or if you're looking for some really beautiful inner corner highlights or brow bone highlights, this is your guy for sure. I just feel like the overall comparison, I kind of lean more towards the BH Cosmetics. I hope this was helpful for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to see more comparison videos like this, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up, and go ahead and leave a comment down below letting me know what your favorite glow kit or highlighting palette is, because if you love something and I don't know about it, I want to get my hands on it and of course review it for you guys and kind of give you my first impressions. I love you guys so much. Thank you again for watching. Please hit the subscribe button down below if you have not already, and the bell for notifications of upcoming videos, because we do have a lot to go over and a lot to share, and I don't want you to miss anything. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.